Drivers, to your cars.
They began over half an hour early with all that Pride Month celebration feeling, but we are finally here at Michigan to wrap up Pride Month weekend and the start of this month as well. Welcome to what really matters, the NASCAR Cricket Cup Series Stonewall Foundation 400 from the Green Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. I'm Angel, and I'm going to be joined here by Cody in a little bit while he continues to munch on his lunch. And yes, I said that because Cody just so far decided to just bring his lunch over here to the booth. He's still munching on it. His delivery and waiting time for the race is still ongoing, and with this extended pre-race, we are still filled up for a lot of action as we are about to see. So, before we start, and it seems like just yesterday, people were starting to be a little bit complaining about the aggression, how these drivers were going to be performing. But today, 42 stars woke up here in Brooklyn to say one thing: can I win this race? And certainly a lot of people can, but so far some drivers have been quoted in saying that this race is a little bit of a high risk, but so far I don't think it'll be that big of a high risk, mainly because of the strong security that have plagued the week so far. They've been going on in security, but some fans have been more suppressed than others. Like the Rossi Racing fans were banned from bringing in anything related to cell phones, wallets, credit or debit cards, etc. So, with that keeping in mind, and of course with the Lori Loud fans, the hooligans over here being extremely radical on that, there are some people that are going to be questioning some of those methods and how security is handling. But so far as the race is safe for everyone, then there should be no problem at all. So with that, we're going to bring it quickly to our pit reporters to have a bit some action and some talkings. Let's go to Rick Erickson. The first driver coming in today's race is going to be one with a lot of hearts filled up. Recently, the Amazing Digital Circus finale premiered on theaters, and right now it has been really good in performance in the box office, and Maggie Spletzer is ready for it. Her car reflecting the colorful colors of the show of one of the most successful productions in glitch production history, and now she's going to be showcasing it, and she hopes that, quote unquote, can bring Pomni to victory lane. People have been concerned about the safety, but not as much like Annette Gallagher, who has been concerned about the weather. Everyone that she has spoken to has been concerned about clouds. Right now we have a very clearless sky, and with no chance of raining, she's now putting her worries aside, but for the moment will still be alert. Margot. We spoke about Maggie Spletzer driving a very special car, in particular to the success of the Amazing Digital Circus finale in the box office, but very little about Jasmine Prime in her first real qualifying position. She starts in 7th place today at this racetrack, and she hopes to bring the Alex Prime Racing machine to the front, and that is despite having a very lackluster session in the happy hour practice session yesterday. Back to the booth. All right, so we are now at Cody is finally unmuted. Finish his lunch. You feel all ready to go on?
We'll try, Angel. We'll try.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and it's been really good, and of course we've gotten some of our stories, and of course we all know what's going on with the security thing, and how
Yeah.
radical they've been.
Security has been a bit of an issue this week, but luckily they learned a lesson from Texas. But we might as well just go over our starting lineup before we bring in more highlights. As Angel, well, wait a minute, Angel, you're supposed to take over. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's my turn for this one.
Right.
Samantha Contreras posted a really good qualifying speed, and she's gonna be starting in the front row alongside Maria Lackey, who has some assessments to pay.
Oh, for bleep's sakes, yeah. For those who went into the on-broadcasted practice session or sessions, Angel, yeah. Let's say there were a lot of assessments. Up next, we got Mickey Splitzer in the Amazing Digital Circus, the Last Act promotional paint scheme that'll be running for the good majority of this month. And we got the winner of the last two races, hoping to the Lord we don't have a Drew Dollar situation in our hands, Marva Cada.
Row 3, we're going to see Lexi Di Benedetto in the McDonald's machine alongside Kyle Larson in one of his favorite tracks and one of his favorite paint schemes.
The low Supra of Jasmine Prime will be taking the 7th position. And next to her, Ortega Racing clearly bringing the good stuff here this week. Damian Rubio on that Summit Mustang.
Eric Flush Willie P in the Aris Supra will be starting next to Dipper Pines in the Monster Energy Supra.
Sorry, just a thing. Zoe Lee in the Advent Health Supra. Something I wish I can go for. And the Brent Pontiac of Annette Galvan. And speaking of Pontiacs, Angel.
Auburn Bradley starting in the Miller Lite Pontiac, just one spot behind her teammate. And alongside her is going to be Chloe Bourgeois in the Hershey's Company Supra.
We got the stat for Regan Smith continuing in that Furniture Row Supra. And we got a fellow Supra right next to her. It is Luna Coco, who apparently was warned by the officials for eating M&M's in the car. Do you notice her sponsor?
Exactly. Next up is Pedro Sales making his return, although temporarily, and alongside him is going to be Marinette Dupan Cheng in the Best Buy colors.
Up next, we got Benjamin Ortiz in that 21 Watercraft Shelby. We'll see if he can do anything. And Jonathan Logren in the NOS Malibu.
Sonora Felix will be starting in the Televisa colors alongside Lincoln Loud in the Bucky's Charger.
Luckily not turned by Bucky Jr. this time. We got Alexis Lillian Blake in that Valvoline Charger. Oh my goodness, Hendrick Motorsport sponsor ripoff. And Casey K. Rolling, of course that. Rolling.
Next behind them, we're going to see Leah Sharp in the Costalot Automobile Malibu right next to Katie Coate in the Crew Charger.
Then we got another driver who needs to pay some assessments. Freaking Laura James, the Aquafina Charger. And speaking of assessments, there's another one. Diego Alcaraz, the Phoenix Tesla. Good luck not getting penalized this week. You're going to need it.
Dracula and the Raptor Charger will be starting next to Aria Eviara in the Alex Prime Place YT Supra.
Speaking of those who need to pay us assessments, Shimei Ginsburg in the WeatherTech Charger. What a very feeling double duty this week. And Leslie Jacoby, the Prayer Supra.
Seems to be missing her
whatever.
banner.
Okay. Sir, where's the banner? Oh, that's going to go well in post-race inspection later.
Ruby Asensio in the Lucas Oil Malibu up next to Luna Farmer and potentially her final start of the year before Daniel Voiles returns to the car.
Yep, and up next we got the Eagle Ruby on Erin Tool Shelby, per usual. And we got the...
You are cursed.
The paint scheme of Sabrina Ring Capri.
Cars that were sent to the back. Number 89 of Austin Hunter in the Spectrum Malibu, up next to Wendy Corduroy in the Amtrak Cascade Supra.
Speaking of those that were sent to the back, Ivan Molina also sent to the back due to the incident in final practice, which I told Angel about that. And Elias Cesare also joined him. And we got a pair of Toyotas.
Yep, starting in the last two rows, Daniel Roman in the Nike Supra and Lucille in the Fire Energy Supra.
That means I have to do this here real quick for the Coconut. Since 6 drivers were sent to the back, sorry, Angel, have to do this.
Oh,
That's where Sabrina Rain can break.
Oh. All right, so 80 laps around this joint. Do we have any picks for this one?
You know what? I'm actually interested with the pit crew this time around. Speaking of pit crew, wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to be freaking sleeping? Yeah? Then why in the world are you up? Can I just send in the pick, please? Fine. Go ahead, take a wild guess. And it cannot be Pedro Sales. I know that. Let's go with Jasmine. Why do you like Jasmine? Nothing much. I mean, debut, have momentum. You said one of the other drivers have some momentum. No, bias ace, please. All right, I just muted her.
right.
Pit crew, you're up.
All right, that was Arisa Sanova.
No, for bleep's sake, yeah, that cat girl was something else.
Margot. Well, for this one, the one that I like is number 1 in the last 2 races, and I think she's going to be winning. Marva Keita is looking really strong despite starting in 4th place, guys. For this one, I'm going to have to go a little bit bold on this one. If we already saw a movie number 1 in the box office, I think we're going to see a driver number 1 here. And I think that Maggie Spletzer is not only going to take the Amazing Digital Circus to victory lane, but also bolster up the box office ratings. Well, for this one, I think I'm going to be going a little bit different to y'all. Y'all like Ortega Racing, but unfortunately, I'm not going to go that road. As for this one, I think Samantha Contreras is going to be taking the spot from the pole. Cody.
Thank you very much. Honestly, as much as I like Ortega Racing, their momentum has to stop at some point. And the John Ricey getting it done? I get to say my famous line I forgot to say yesterday. Real life driver stealing wins for Cricket Cup drivers! Because Kyle Larson, that classic target scheme to go in his first career win, the NASCAR Cup Series, tell me what he will use to get another win under his belt here at Michigan.
Well, for this one, I'm going to go a little bit weird, as 5th place seems to favor winners a lot at Michigan, and I think that this year is going to be no exception. The number 1 of Lexi Di Benedetto is going to go to victory lane today here at Michigan, Cody.
All right. You know what to say, Angel. They're about to say it.
Oh, yeah. As we are about to go to our command to fire engines in this very special race for the LGBTQ community in racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, so as the field rolls on through, let's take a look at our DNQs, Cody.
Yeah, the 2 drivers. Well, not many people DNQ'd this time around. Only 2 DNQ'd out of this one. And this week, if you're looking for Mabel Pond and Lena Austin, I'm sorry, we had to ban them from the track. Not really, they just weren't fast enough. Oh well. Just an I put in a little joke in there, but oh well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, basically, this 2-mile track, we saw a lot of drivers get aggressive. Be prepared for a lot of wrecks, Angel. And something important here, tires. Keep an eye on the tires. Not because the one you see for Bristol and Martinsville, but for a different reason entirely.
Yeah, because, you can easily go 25 laps on a flat run. But the tires are going to be the ones that are going to prohibit you from those runs on fuel. And it's going to be also a little bit tricky because remember that the tire that this year Firestone bought is somewhat differently constructed to the Goodyears that we had here last year. As the pace car is about to roll down pit road, there it goes right here. And the Pride Month race, the happiness for those, is underway at Michigan, and a very happy start to Pride Month.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, I think Maggie wanted to try to get more grip than the other drivers that are right behind her. She wants to find the speed. Oh, I think it might work for... well, it'll at least work from the inside lane for now.
Yeah, it gotta work, but the big thing is that the outside is gonna be the line and key for this race.
Huh. Yeah, as it... Oh... Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem here because Maggie's having an issue with trying to get her car to said lane. As a matter of fact, I don't know why she's preferring the inside lane.
I mean, she
Not only her, but Lexi de Benedetto.
I mean, she and de Benedetto have said that the inside has always been the shorter run around the track, but for this race, I don't think that's going to be that way, as we see 3 wide here at the back.
Yeah. At this point, if you're anybody in the inside lane, you're hoping for a caution to come out pretty quick. Because, basically, besides Samantha Contreras, Maggie Spencer already fell down to 6, as a matter of fact. Lexi de Benedetto still there in the top 10. Depper Pines trying to get their way through. Yeah, I forgot to realize that the pronouns for the entire season so far, so that's really our bad.
Alright, so as we see Maggie, she made the inside work, but that's because of the cars that she has behind. And Ned Galvan, a fast, a very reliable Pontiac, and of course the fast Supra of Zoe Leaves. You see, a little bit of a mess there. Jasmine Prime almost sent Auburn Bradley to a trip to the wall.
Yeah, that is not a place where you want to be. It's not at the moment. Oh, Jasmine went wide. Here comes the 99.
And there it is, Auburn taking advantage, and she's going to be positioning herself in 11th now.
Exactly. As of now, you have that separation between Maggie and Demi Rubio, making the top 5 run away here a little bit. But we'll see how long that works out. And we'll see if Maggie is able to close down the 6, as the 6 is slowly losing the draft.
Oh yeah, that 6 car is going to be slowly losing it. As now Marmakeda trying to pick down the inside for 2nd place underneath Lakeith.
Oh, not there yet, I say. Not there yet. Maybe the next corner or 2, it's going to be close.
And now Lakeith wants to pick for the lead.
Oh no, it's that team.
But then
yes,
look at
I'm calling it.
They're separate. Look at that. The top 2 are actually doing a small 2-car tandem that will advantage them to keep the lead.
Okay, that's odd. You see Maggie trying to go on the offensive there to try to get to the inside of the 6. It looks like she might be there, but 46 might be there though.
I don't think that was a smart decision. Yeah, it wasn't a very smart decision to try it on the turn. As we see now Maggie making her way up to 5th place with the help of Annette Galvan.
We'll see how long that works out. Maggie was able to get help from the 7 to get past the 6.
Watch bottom.
Oh, the 6. The 6 tried hard to not lose another spot that time to Annette Galvan, but went too wide. And now Damien is going to lose another position to Dipper here real quickly, probably with the help of Zoe Lee.
Two Supras helping each other against the 6 car. Meanwhile, Marva Keita left the outside open for Kyle Larson, but that 42 car couldn't get on top of that 4 car.
Yeah, not yes. Kyle Larson trying to use a better line from the inside to go for third. Not quite yet. Maybe he might get help from Maggie because the 04 is right there. If she can close down the 42 like she did with the 6, she might be able to win another position.
Oh yes, as we're now seeing the majority of the field going single file here at Michigan. Quite common in these 2 mile length ovals.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now, not many passing. Luckily, we were able to get through the time when they were probably going to cause a big wreck for a caution, which means at the moment in time, the only reason why we would even throw a caution at this point is that there's an incident on pit road. As you see, the 2-car tandems are really working out for not only the 34 and the 46, but also for the 4 and the 42. As they're actually closing down the other duo.
Oh yes, and of course, in 5th, although losing the draft a little bit, Maggie Splitzer does hold the fastest lap with a 36.01.
That is a good time right there, my Maggie. We'll see if it holds, but also remember, she has been notorious for fastest laps, and not only here, but also in AG&S. So a really good reputation when it comes to running the times for Maggie. She is trying to salvage some of the season by getting a victory in what could be a must-win race for her.
Yes, a small good victory for her. Remember that she and Austin Hunter led the league in most wins last year.
Yeah. Basically, I consider a sophomore slump. There's really nothing else to go at it for the 04. That's their excuse. Yep, and just like that, take advantage of Marva Keita, trying to prevent Marva Keita from pulling off a Drew Dollar. If you know, you know. Larson will get past, but I don't know about Maggie yet. I don't know about Maggie.
Side by side. Yeah, you see Maggie, she's still side by side. Look at that.
Might need help from
Keita actually got the advantage.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue as Maggie is now forced to take the inside lane. Thanks to Galvan.
Nobody wants to go with her.
For some odd reason, nobody wants to work with Maggie, which is very odd.
And we see Lucky trying to go to the inside. This is for the lead. But remember, you still have quite a long ways away before we think about the win. So I think that the best strategy, yeah, there it goes. I think the 34
best strategy.
A little bit.
Try to work with some other groups here. Try to coordinate on pit stops because eventually we're gonna need to think about green flag pit stops. And it looks like Maggie's running into more problems now. It seems to be the theme for Maggie this year. She always finds a way to have issues. But here, apparently, Annette Galvan trying to go to the inside. As the 45 might be helping.
Oh, he's helping Maggie, all right?
Yeah. Their senses of Maggie could help Maggie keep the position in it well, at least for now. As Maggie, yeah, something has to be up with the 04 because you can't win if you play defense like that all the time. You got to try to make moves at some point. And I'm thinking for Maggie, at this point, early petting might have to be an option.
Oh yes, as we see the big gap. Look at this big gap that we're seeing here from Katie Cote all the way to Chloe Bourgeois.
Yeah, exactly. That is a huge gap there, and most of it is because of Maggie being unable to find somebody as Annette Galvan is falling back. That's a bit of a surprise. as here's some of the other drivers. Here's somebody who's making her first race in a little bit.
Yeah, so Nora Felix trying to make her way up through the pack. And she's going to go underneath the 11 of Alcaraz. Trying to get some positioning, taking it all the way downstairs.
That's not going to work. At least not yet.
Yeah, especially
She
because they
might
check up a
help.
lot. They check up a lot when they approach the apron.
Yeah, I kind of question why the cars do that, but yeah. Sonora thinks, oh, yeah, and she's about to lose a spot to Alexis Lem Blake here, maybe in a moment. But
And she does.
yeah, that 8 car is probably one of the other cars that are struggling in the long run.
At least
As-
you're not Luna Farmer, I'll tell you.
Yeah, at least you're not Luna Farmer or anybody who had to start at the rear of the field. But yeah, Luna Farmer, let's take a look at her speed real quick because something might be up with that machine.
Well, still maintaining minimum race speed, though.
Yeah, okay, there's at least that. But Luna Farmer, you know, after her debut, shined just as bright as Carolina Bradley. We were going to find out if she can keep up the momentum, keep up the prowess, but unfortunately nothing much. Here's another one who's been struggling.
Sabrina
Oh
Rankin
boy.
has really not visited Victory Lane, never visited Victory Lane in Michigan.
Let alone with the paint scheme. Yeah, unfortunately, that's why I had to do the Danhausen.
And yeah, nobody.
Sorry,
is
Angel,
working
it just
with
made
her.
sense.
And here comes Mavis
Oh,
trying to split the
Mavis!
middle.
Oh my, Mavis making moves not only around Sabrina Rankenbree, but around Casa Loud in general, because a couple weeks ago, Mavis Dracula did get her contract bought out by Casa Loud Racing, and because of which, she will be joining the team in 2027. Who did Lila Rossbone here in response? Somebody that we wish she wouldn't. That's your hint.
Yeah.
That's your hint. We'll talk about that when we cross that bridge in AGNS, alright?
Oh yes, as we continue to see some of the front runners are here. Netta Galvan fell all the way to 11th place.
Yep, and now Jasmine Prime finds herself in the top 10. I gotta say, for Jasmine Prime, in her first couple of starts here in Cricket Cup, she has been doing a pretty good job trying to maintain the car at the very least. I mean, we have seen a trend of debut drivers do very good in this league. And so far, Jasmine's leading an example as we'll see if she can try to take the draft to close down on Lexi de Benedetto.
Yeah, she's gonna be working on that, all right. As we take a look back at the front. Top
Right
4,
now,
we're reuniting.
yep, at least for now. And it's pretty much going to stay that way. I feel like it's going to stay that way until we get the green flag pit stops because we are fast approaching to our first set of pit stops.
Oh yes, we are fast approaching, and it's gonna be really interesting. to
Maggie
see
once
what
again
drivers-
wide.
Yeah, Maggie went really wide, but it's gonna be interesting once we get to the green flag stops. Which drivers are gonna pit first, and which ones are gonna be the last pitters? Because usually at Michigan, the last pitters are the ones that take full advantage of the cycle.
I mean, late pitters might be interesting, especially if you want to stretch the field. Remember, approximately 25 laps seems to be the run here. And if you take your times best here, you might be able to make on 2 stops. Or maybe you might have to take a third. More likely we have to take a third as here they come. There's 2, 3. Yeah, we have to go on 3 stops.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be three pits. All
27
right.
laps. They thinking that they can go 27 or 28 laps per stint.
Oh yeah. Well, they're thinking,
He
all
likes
right.
Oh, but I don't think NR likes the idea.
As now Maggie trying to make some moves once more.
I don't know. That inside lane could be a sign that she could be
And there
coming
it
in.
goes. She is coming in,
Yep.
all right.
Up, and Zoe Lee and Katie Cole are staying out.
Wow, what a great strategy so far. But I don't know if that's gonna be enough to get
because
yourself
they're
into some
only
strategy.
gonna. Yeah, the pit crews need to be very quick here and not make a single mistake.
The one that doesn't want to make a single mistake so far is the 45 of Dipper Pines. He feels the car is way too tight in the corner, so they're gonna do a chassis setup and a wedge adjustment to that 45 machine. Margot. Well, Maggie Spletzer has been complaining about how tight the car is. So they're going to go with 4 tires, chassis setup, and a couple of cranks of wedge to loosen up the car. And there she goes.
Congratulations, pit crew. You seem to underwhelm every single time in the last 3 weeks.
And here is the group that pitted before. There's some other drivers that have also pitted up. Leader is on pit road.
Mm-hmm.
43 of Zoe Lee trying to get into a much comfortable position throughout these pit stops. 4 tires, a full tank of gas, and a chassis setup. Don't want to make any mistakes in this first stop. And there she goes. I'd say she came out rather equalized. Yeah, she came out rather equalized with Katie Cope, but she did beat her.
Was able to beat her, but unfortunately she will not be able to beat out quite a few of the others here. But it looks like it's going to be a 2-car race at the rate where this is going up. Speaking of pit crews that have been underwhelming. Dear
Trying to play
Lord.
the track position for the 56 of Aria Aviara. 4 tires and a chassis setup. No further adjustments to the 56, guys. Thank you, Margot. As we are seeing now some drivers. There's the leader, Maria Lackey, who's probably going to take it at this point. But no, our leader is currently the 34, Samantha Contreras. She's been leading from the pole, so she's rather strong. And if she gets over 40 laps, she will lock in the most laps led in this race.
Well, fastest lap hasn't changed, but we are on a new stint, so keep an eye on that for a while, just in case.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to keep it over on that new stint, because pitting early actually helped the 34. And also Kyle Larson has been moving up really good on that 34 machine. So he has a fast Supra.
Yeah, I mean, remember what I said here. If there is anybody at this track you gotta watch out for, it is Kyle Larson. However, he is running on short time, because shortly after this race, he's gotta try to go quick, because he's gonna have to equip himself in the number 500 Motorsports Chevrolet. And immediately after this race, he has to get out, rush in a holler, change his uniform. Or as a matter of fact, he actually has a fire suit. He's actually wearing the Hendrick Cars fire suit for this race, so he doesn't have to rush back over there to change. But basically, that's where we're at over here, as we see a group of cars battling for position.
I have one thing to say.
Oh yeah. We see Alexa.
I have one thing to say, and that one thing is gay people.
Okay, Dale. As we see Alexa Lynn Blake trying to make a move underneath Luna Coca, doesn't work. Although she is trying to get some help from Casalot Racing's Jonathan Logren.
He's gay.
But you know, Cody, we're now realizing that as the race continues and progresses, and so far we have seen no DNFs from this one, drivers are going to get rather impatient when we reach the final 40 laps of this race.
Yeah, I mean, really nothing's been going on so far when it came to the last 10 laps or so, besides pit stops. Because at the rate where this is going, there is a probability where we may see a caution-free race. Now, I say possibly, because at the moment, we have never seen 3 wide since lap 5, I want to say. So, basically, these cars do not want to take many risks here. Which is probably a good thing early on, but if we were to go for a late race restart, that might not be a good look. And it's only going to better the case for a lot of drivers here. And to see a driver who gained a lot of positions through the Psycho, that'd be Ortis. And of course, Meggy and our pet crew fails her once again. Why am I surprised that they fail every week now? But,
and she's trying to get up. She's trying to get out to the bumper of that 21 car.
Yep. But right now, no cigar just yet. She may have to try again once she gets some more momentum. And she might need to get some help. Maybe from Lexi Bedell, because that car seems to have some sort of an aerodynamic issue. I don't know what it is. But she has been one of the cars that has been struggling to try to make
that push wide.
And of course she's going to lose the position because that's what she does these days. She submits to losses of position.
Cars aero loose, I'll tell you. But I don't know what's going on with these cars, but they're just fucking loose. Yeah, she complained on the radio.
She gets ejected from the top 10 by one of the most gullible drivers in the entire field.
And as that continues on, the battle between these two is still going on. We see some movements happening on the grandstands.
Oh, for bleep's sake. Do I need to throw a caution because of these idiots? Hang on.
Look, there's some movements going around on the grandstands, and they seem to be going out for where the Lori Loud fans are.
What? Oh, for bleep's sakes. If we need to throw a caution because of security issues, I give up. I give up. Because it looks like on the track, everything is looking clean, so I don't think there would be a caution. But now, and here's the funny thing. I'll name you a couple of moments where we actually had a yellow or a red flag due to something that's happened at the grandstands or just involving people in general. For example, remember that one Kansas race in the Cup Series where there was a caution because somebody was smoking something in turn 1?
They were smoking some of that weed.
No, it wasn't weed, but it was something coming out of somebody's car. Like the smoke came to turn 1 and caused a visibility issue.
Oh yeah, it caused a huge visibility issue for the spotters.
Yeah, so basically, that was why in that race they had to throw a caution. But like I said, if we need to throw a caution for a safety issue or a visibility issue because of idiots in the grandstands, then I give up. I think I've seen everything at that point.
Good one by the Pines as he's still trying to tie it up on the Annette Galvan's rear end, trying to get some draft from there.
Yeah. You really think you have seen everything for a moment? What was that? What do you mean something near one of the inside fences to the backstretch? What? Hang on a minute. Because they're saying it's an unusual thing and they don't think it's debris. Give me a moment. I'm going to have to talk to somebody.
Anyways, while that continues forward, top 2 have remained the same since the pit cycle has ended, and Samantha Contreras seems to have put her car much faster on the long runs, Rick. They did make some adjustments to the setup, including some tire pressure and chassis setups but they hope that the car can go even quicker here on the racetrack. So they're going to plan on a couple cranks of wedge to loosen it up in the next stint, guys. And in a race that so far has been caution-free, we have seen a really good way on trying to keep up the field. But as it continues on, racing is still getting rather spicy, as we still see top 7 under a blanket, but only the top 2 are seeming to have seem to have a small issue with somebody's dog.
All I can tell you is, who let the dogs out?
Yeah, we're seeing that there's like a dog.
Yeah, there is a dog that's trying into the factory. Oh, crap.
Yeah, you see a dog right there. The dog is sitting. Yeah, the dog is just chilling on the backstretch near the inside wall. Yeah, there's the dog.
Yeah, there's the dog here. And that is why I'm throwing the caution.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our first caution of the day.
You think you saw everything, folks.
Yeah.
No.
So our first caution comes out after 40 laps of green flag racing, and this one is throw everyone in the pits. What do you mean? What do you mean, a dog? Somebody's dog just hopped over the catch fence in turn 2. Oh. Does it still have a leash? Yeah, Samantha still has the leash on it. Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? You just gotta love the radio conversation. Samantha Contreras has put up a really good show on the radio conversation, Cody. But as it continues on, this caution is gonna throw everyone into the pits, whether they like it or not, and it's gonna be very crucial to see who gets into the front and who continues to be a front runner. We see some of the most important drivers coming into the pit road, guys. The first car looking for a bit of redemption on this one is Marbacada. She still doesn't feel very comfortable with the handling, so they're gonna loosen it up a little bit more. 4 tires, chassis setup, and putting some tape on the grill, guys. 46 of Maria Key, 4 tires, chassis setup, some fuel. Didn't want to make any mistakes on the car, and there she goes. .34 of Samantha Contreras leads them up. And they're going to extend the caution for just one more lap, as we're going to take a small break. And we'll be right back with more after this. I'll be right back.
I can't wait to fire some more people after today. Cut this out. How do you figure this out? How do you first lose multiple positions on green flag pit stops, and now you want to send the 04 to at least the mid pack because you decide to cost her multiple positions again? Are you trying to make Maggie get a little reassessment meeting tomorrow? Is that where we're going at? Because at this rate, this is where things are going at. I seriously do not want to put Miggy on extended probation, but if I have to, I'm gonna have to.
Cody, personal foul. Hatred. Cody Smart. 5-year penalty. $100.
Uh, uh, uh. Have you seen Pet Road, sir? Like, everything else is fine. But then the pet crew decides to act like idiots and make her lose multiple positions on both stops. And now she's not even going to contend to be in the front because the pet crew acts like they're the slowest pet crew in the entire league.
Back at Brooklyn, Michigan, as we continue to see the cars pacing around this caution. And Cody, what do you think has been the best moment in this 40 lap green flag run?
That's a good question. I mean, so far, I could see pet strategy playing a major role here in this race. I mean, as of right now, you see drivers who have made it to the front mostly due to pet strategy. Others due to just trying to pass as many cars as they can, even though there ain't a lot of passing here. But I think the highlight has to be the pet stops. Pet strategy meaning everything here so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a big issue. Yeah, that's going to be probably one of the best things to happen throughout this race. And, oh, we're taking a look at, oh, something may be going on in the grandstands. Oh,
Oh, for crying out loud. What's something else going on in the grandstands? I swear, if it's a security issue, we may need a red flag this dang race. Hang on.
let's take a look at the, let's take a listen to the officials radioactive. Fight on the grandstands.
Yep.
Display
Oh,
to red.
come on!
Display to red.
Yeah, red flag.
The red flag is we already have one car DNF'd.
Hang on a minute. Apparently I'm needed somewhere. Had something big.
Oh boy. Yeah, as we see it, the grandstands are... I don't know what's going on, but something must be amiss that they were fighting on the grandstands or something, as we did see some of the fans, some of the hooligans from Lori Loud Racing move out through the grandstands, try to look to the section where the fans of Lori Loud Racing are. And yeah, it seems like they were going out there, and you see that our camera crew, there's the separation bar that was there, and the yeah, it seems like it broke. So let's go over to let's go to see what is going on over here with one of the reports with Sebastian Galloway, who's currently watching this from the AGDN hotel. What's going on? What's the situation looking?
Ding, 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 ding. We gotta fight, motherfuckers. We gotta fight. That's really all I can say at this moment. Only thing I'm currently able to see is the fact that they have been throwing punches left, right, center, up, and down at everybody.
And see some, and it seems like some of the fans from that section, and you see more. There's like a huge horde of Lori Loud Racing fans. They call them the Loud Sass group. They're going over to attack what is essentially called the Rossi Mafia. They're running.
Oh, that's great.
And we have track security. Angel, I'm here in the stands. They have track security officials and police coming to break this up over here.
Yeah, they're trying
and
to
I
get
see
him
somebody
in.
threw something.
Oh, Oh, and you see the fans. Yeah, the fans are evacuating the grandstands right now.
This is not good.
Yeah, this ain't good. Like, what the heck's going on? And you see some. Oh God! That's sort of like a. What was that?
I do
Okay.
not know.
Sounded like a shot. Like a shot.
Oh, come
Underneath,
on!
Nope.
and they're
I'm
going
good.
for it.
Oh,
What
you've
is
got to be
this?
kidding me.
Like, what is
You've
this?
got-
What is going on? And they're opening the crossover gates to let in the people into the racetrack for protection as the cars continue to sit on the back
Yeah.
straightaway. They don't know what's going on at the moment.
Oh, great. This is another Darlington thing over again.
And
Okay.
look at that! Look at they're running right there through the out of the grandstands, and they're going through the crossover gate to find protection. They're pulling them into the racetrack, into the racing surface, and they're running like there's some fathers right there running with their spouses, with their children. You see the worried faces of those little ones.
Angel, there are people being arrested here in the grandstands. The gun has successfully been taken off of the premises by police, along with the people responsible.
Thank you, Dale, but what is this, gentlemen? Come on, this is supposed to be a family event, and I don't believe this.
Yeah.
And the fights are still going on. You see this this person? He's a Lori Loud Racing fan. He's wearing a Mavis Dracula shirt, and he's running to the racetrack with a lot of blood on his face.
Bro, okay, we do not need to mention that. We do not need to mention that, but oh great. Angel, I just got another camera view here. Looks like we got another problem. You thought the whole thing with a hooligan thing was a problem? Well, remember that little news story earlier this week? Well, guess who's here now?
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I'm spotting, let's see, at least at the hundreds, if not. Oh, damn it, one of those team takeovers. Great. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be on the red flag for quite a while, and they're still bringing. Yeah, some people are still bringing in fans over the pit wall. And it seems like there are some fans from Lori Loud Racing trying to go past the crossover gates on the catch fence, and you see the officials. They're trying to contend them, Rick. The Cricket Cup officials are not trying to let any of the Lori Loud Racing fans go past the crossover gate. They're only allowing casuals and Lila Rossi ones. But so far, it seems like there's been a little bit of confrontation, and they have called some elements from the state police, which are going over to the premises. This is just unbelievable. And over here on pit road, you see some owners, Elon Musk and Lila Rossi, are allowing fans to pass the pit wall, hop over the pit wall to go and take cover. I don't like this. This is just unbelievable, guys. I've never seen, in all my history of racing, never seen anything like this, guys.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, right now, I mean, I just got this clip a couple of seconds ago from somebody from outside the track. I guess there were a group of teenagers that were trying to throw a Lori Loud Racing fan. Not for what you think it is, because they ain't hooligans. They're just teens trying to rouse up incidents all over the outskirts of Michigan. And of course, the whole thing with the police, there's been tension between teenagers and police in the last couple of weeks. If you have seen CNN or Fox News in the last weeks, you may have the details on it. I ain't going to explain them here, but there has been major issues about that. And, oh, great. Yeah. if you're at the grandstand, you might as well leave now because I just saw hundreds of teams trying to flood into the grandstands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we're
here
seeing
we
and we're seeing the
go.
view from
Right.
the cameras over here. Yeah, the accesses to the racetrack had been shut, but they're
Yeah,
still trying to force it.
Yeah, because the teenagers are the ones that are forcing it. I mean, you've seen the videos. If you have not been on TikTok, then there's a valid chance you may have not seen any of the clips of teenagers even breaking into secure buildings, or in some cases, trying to assault officers by any means necessary, including their own cars at one point. But yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
what's
haven't
this?
seen anything this bad. Anything this bad since Darlington.
Yeah, really, and it seems like they are finally, yeah, you see the police, they're finally forcing the Lori Loud fans out of the racetrack.
Yeah, but it's not any better because a lot of groups of teens are already, some of them have already ticked off a bunch of fans. And there have been now a couple of fights between a few armed teenagers and a bunch of Lori Loud fans. And yeah, it looks like the incident escalated again because teenagers. That's literally the only reason. And at this point, Angel, I mean, from a neutral point of view, since it happened at Darlington, at this point, I am just ready to throw in the towel and just call Samantha Contreras the winner because you're over halfway at this point. The race is already official. Just call Samantha Contreras the winner, and or possibly, from what I heard on the Twitter feeds, consider it like Darlington and just cancel it altogether. It is a debate over there on the Reddit and on the Twitter, but if you want my opinion, I say call the race due to security issues like it was with Darlington, and call Samantha Contreras the winner.
And there's the view from Samantha, and we're gonna take a look at a listen to the to radio communications. What's going on? Some fans are invading the racetrack. Looks like a couple, I see 10, 15 fans that were injured. Some other fans are trying to go escape from protection allowed by the officials to go over the pit wall. Holy moly. A lot of holies.
Yeah, there is a lot there, and I mean, right now, regardless to how you slice it or dice it, it's going to end under fire for one reason or another. But again, if you want my opinion, I know a lot of people may not agree with it, but I feel like others may agree with this statement as I say, just call the race because we've done this with Darlington. And for those who want the context, I'll explain in just a moment. Give Samantha Contreras the win since we're over halfway. I don't know if they should recognize this to give people points because they did it for Darlington. But it is a lot of things to discuss over the next numerous hours. And for those who do not recall what happened with Darlington, I'll explain it right now. Before race action even happened, there was an autograph signing involving Tari Smith when a 49-year-old man basically attacked her and basically said some pretty very off things, pretty offensive comments about her presumed sexuality, since it was a big rumor for a while.
And yeah, right now race control has told the drivers that they should get out of the cars. It seems like we're going to be still red flag for a while.
Yeah.
As they identified the fans, and they're slowly starting to get them. There's the FBI outside the track, and they're putting the teenagers away from the outside.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm down here with the current leader, Samantha Contreras. And Samantha, I gotta ask you, how do you feel at leading this race, knowing we're halfway, and this race could possibly end?
I don't know what to say. I'll tell you one thing. If they actually gave me this win, I don't know, just buy a lottery ticket tomorrow, cause it just feels really funny. But I'm glad that I don't know this thing's gonna be okay or something. I don't know what the extent of the damages are, but if I could go to Victory Lane, I'd just give the money to whoever was affected. You know, it's sad that we are trying to deal with some of these situations here on the grandstands.
And that was Samantha Contreras. Back up to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're seeing now that the fans that were on pit road that were allowed over the pit wall, Cricket and our league has told them that they can start making their way back, but once they know the situation in the grandstands is clear, and they have caused some destruction over to the catch fence, as you see some of the crossover gates destroyed.
Yeah.
So red flag
Yes.
with 37 laps to go. And now the question is, what kind of shape are the crossover gates looking like?
Uh, yeah, because they are not looking too good. And here's another problem you got to consider: the race clock. Because
Well, thankfully the race clock was eliminated, but
oh, I forgot.
oh no.
I forgot about that recent rule change. Oh well. But regardless, though, I mean, you get to that, we got to get track action for the NASCAR Cup race pretty soon as well. That's another problem. Because now something that is in the crosshairs at the moment in time, and since we have to move out in place for Amazon Prime to host the NASCAR Cup Series race, brings in another time constraint. But the good news is, okay, good news, bad news, I should say. Good news is we should be able to get the stuff fixed to be able to resume track activity. Here's the bad news. Amazon Prime is not giving us much longer. So, really good bad news situation. And I'm thinking that there's going to be a very high chance now that in any fashion, the race will be shortened, regardless if we go back to green or not.
Well, they're still looking up, as there it is. They're starting to work. The Cricket Alpha team has actually volunteered to check if there are fans that could be critically injured.
Yeah, that's a big important detail right there. Very important detail right there. I know there's been a couple of folks who are able to have the power needed to get some of it fixed up. I do see. Actually, this is one of your drivers, Angel. Donna Sonora is one of the few drivers that have stuck around at the track. She is helping out with trying to clean up the mess of trying to rescue anyone that is critically injured. She's one of them out there. I see one of the Toyota Reserve drivers, Shoto Todoraki, out there as well.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are actually volunteering. Let's go over to Dale Bush, who currently sits with third place at the moment, which would go at this point at Katie Coate. Dale.
Thank you, guys. I'm sitting here with Katie Coate, and Katie, we were talking about how this race kind of feels like the 2012 Daytona 500, but I have to ask you, how would you feel walking out of here with a third place finish?
That'd probably be a really good thing, you know. I don't want the race to go green at this point. I just want to get this one over with. I want this third place finish would be a really good run for school bus and good run the crew machine. Even though we've had a couple of weeks with some slow car problems, and I would just love to. So I don't know if we go green, there goes our hopes. But if they just red flag it, it would just be such a great points day for us.
Thank you for your time, Katie. Back up to you guys.
All right, so they're continuing down, and there it is. They're finally welding back.
Mm-hmm.
the crossover gates that were damaged.
Yup. Luckily, nothing bad in that front. They still got to evaluate the damage from the outside. When I mean by the outside, I mean by the overall parking lot, any shops that were at the outside and the track facility and whatever. You got to take a look at any grandstands, reassess the damage, because for some of them they might be misplaced, and if there's any seats left, they could or may have to move to those seats assigned by the track managers or event managers that are there. And basically, it's still going to be a lengthy process, unfortunately. So they're trying their best to get everything related to inside of the track done. They're setting it as a priority just in case, because I know they're racing against time. They're racing against time in terms of getting this stuff done, and they're racing against time for Amazon Prime to kick us out of our seats, and for the NASCAR Cup Series race to take place here immediately after this race. So, because I don't know, it's a very, very tricky situation. And for Samantha Contreras, you do not want to win in this fashion. But in these circumstances, and especially with where you're at right now, it might be very good for Samantha Contreras. I mean, take a look at the points standing. She is your current points leader. And may I remind people, if she wins this race, this will not be the first controversial win of this season for Samantha Contreras. Not the first. For those who do recall, Kansas, she finished second, but the officials were a bit too strict on a part-time entry during post-race inspection. And because of all of that malarkey, she ended up getting her second win as a result. So it seems like the 34 can't stay away from controversy this season.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to go over to Rick Erickson, who's currently sitting in the garage area with Casey Kane. What is going on, Casey? You were really good, but at the end you're going to settle up for a last place finish with a header issue. What happened? And now the header just gave up on us, and just gave up on us. First time in quite a while that I've ever had that type of a mechanical failure. But, this race, everything was going right to plan. And then we see the situation. I just got done seeing it from this TV that I have here on the garage area. And they're just really upset about it. I did get to sign a couple of autographs, but it's a very risky situation. I just hope that maybe in the future we don't have these visiting hooligans at a racetrack, because it's just going to cause a lot of problems, as we've seen today. All right, so that will be from Casey King. Let's go over to Rick, to one of our best representatives. Let's go over to Margot Gru. And right now, sitting over here with the team of the fans who are basically responsible because of this, Lori Loud, what do you think is the situation? Well, we literally had to help some fans to get over here over the pit wall, and just hope to God that they didn't cross over the crossover gate. But what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, these hooligans have been causing problems in the Cricket Cup and the Cricket and All League overall since the 2000s. And why are we still bringing them up here? And why are they still being trained by Argentine professionals? I don't know. Because this is the Querétaro situation right here, like what happened in Mexican soccer a couple of years ago. And it's just literally something that should not be happening, not over here, but in any sporting event. It's just unbelievable. So literally, Lori Loud not happy with the current situation at the moment, and she's probably looking to potentially reduce the amount of time that these fans spend over here. Let's go over to Dale Bush.
Huh?
We're recording you now.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'm here with shoot, who is this?
Sabrina.
I'm here with Sabrina Rankenpree, and Sabrina. uh, you don't look too happy, but you don't look too happy to be talking to me right now. But I had to ask you a question about this current situation. What is your take on this current situation?
Let's just go on this. I've never seen it anywhere. I remember running in Formula 3. Never had that happening. An AT&T Grand National, I never had that happening. I remember even junior go-karts never happened. Um, why are we having hooligans in the series anyway? Because they already cause enough destruction in other professional sports like football, American football, baseball, basketball, etc. Why do we have them in racing? That's just not the way to go. And I think that probably they should get rid of them because if they get to a situation where they end up killing a fan in the grandstands, then that means that we've never learned anything. And the Cricket and League has had these for quite some time, and it is time for them to stop. We have to put a stop to this because at the end of the day, this is just a simple recreational event that they just watch and enjoy. And you know, I just saw some face of the kids that were running out of the grandstands. They were literally running for their lives. This should not be happening anywhere. Period.
Sabrina, I had to ask you a question. If this race was to end, how would you feel about where you'll be finishing currently?
It wouldn't be a good day for us in the way that we end up winning, but at the end, I don't think it really matters. All that matters is that some of the fans, I heard that some fans got hurt, but gladly they were awake. They're gonna get treated. Glad that nobody got killed, and I just hope that if we restart this race, then okay. If we finish it, it's okay. I'll not criticize the Cricket and All League because at this point we have to respect the decision either way. Either they continue it or just call it official.
And that was Sabrina Rankenpree. Back up to you guys.
Well, I guess Sabrina is kind of right on that situation, Cody. We should respect the Cricket and Our League's decision, whether it is to restart it or have it official. Because remember that under Cricket Cup rule, they cannot postpone the remainder of the race to Monday.
They can't. We're over halfway. So honestly, I would definitely respect it should they decide to call it off. I mean, there's a lot of factors that you're competing up against if you're going back to green anyway. But even if you do want to go back to green, that's fine. But at the same exact time, you're also running risk. You got other fans that are going to be traumatized by this. I mean, you have seen how many fans got traumatized after that Darlington incident several weeks ago. That was definitely terrifying. I mean, I could still see a few of the fans that were present during that incident at Darlington while I was trying to get everything sorted out behind the scenes. It was devastating. And right now, as I see some of the fans coming back, some of them are scared, and honestly, they're not insane for being scared. They're not insane. They are not wrong by any means. So, honestly, it ultimately comes down to, do you want to end the race under caution? Honestly, I'll respect that. If you want to go back to green, I mean, overall, I can respect that. I'm only going to be concerned about the time towards the end.
And there it is. And there it is. They just made the announcement. Take a look at the official radioactive.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I do see drivers back in their cars catch fence gates are closed. Okay, so they're back in their cars. Well, obviously they're in the back straightaway, so either way, they were going to get back in their cars in the first place. They were going to. So, basically, the decision now comes down to, because I'm going to tell you this much, even if they were to go back to green, we're going to end up adding a couple of caution laps to let everyone wrap up. But it's a good sign that they're going back to their cars, because obviously we can't leave them. All right, they're saying to display the yellow. Yep, they're telling to display the yellow. They are going to let them finish cleaning up. And best case scenario, they go green. But again, they still needed to bring out the yellow so they can at least bring them down the pit road if necessary. So, we will see.
And there it is. We're finally back under the yellow flag. This situation now, Cody, never experienced something like this in my life, you know?
When you have a second incident like this year, first one during the race, honestly, Angel, mentally, I kind of give up. But I'm still here. I've seen some other drivers here who mentally gave up. I mean, I saw the camera folks, going through the list of drivers that are out of their cars hanging around the back straightaway. Some of them were tired. Not physically tired. They were just stressed about the entire situation. I've seen some of them trying to bond, like even some racing rivals were trying to bond for a little bit. This is how bad the incident was. Because you have seen a couple of sworn enemies talking to each other about the whole situation. When it comes down to that gives you a sign.
Yeah, and
that
we're
something is wrong, and on the long run, something needs to be fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna connect over here with Dale Bush, who's currently at the AGDN Hotel. What was the last time, Dale, where on a racetrack you were told to get out of the car because of a situation, because of a long red flag that involved a certain situation?
Yeah, the last time I remember that is whenever the situation happened with Tony Stewart and that other race car driver at a dirt track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but besides that, that's all I can remember. But nothing like this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people can agree that, well, a lot of people in the industry had already voiced out that the hooligans cannot stay in the cricket and our league for the long run.
I 100% agree with that. It's one thing for people to be passionate about a race team. It's a whole different story to get violent. And what happened here today, no excuse for it.
Yeah, there's clearly no excuse for it. But we're gonna see what happens on this one. As Cody, we are now one more lap before we go green. That must be hard. If you're in the cockpit, it must be hard for you to take the green flag again.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some of the drivers saying they do not want to race for the remainder of this event because they are too discombobulated about what happened here. And I'm sure there's going to be some fans in the comment section, either on Twitter or on Reddit or any other sort of social media, that are going to get mad and say, you should have ended this race for safety reasons, or you should have ended this race because of circumstances.
Yeah.
That in a lot of ways would be acceptable to end early.
Yeah. So now the question is, who will win the race as the green flag flies back here at Michigan? Already some drivers hopping out to the outside.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to do it immediately on the restart. We have seen it work at the start of the race, but only for those towards the front. So we'll see what can happen here because a lot of people did resort to the outside lane at the restart, staying together.
And here comes Kyle Larson to the inside. Seems to be having a run on the low side of the track, although nobody is helping him.
Yeah, clearly.
Halfback, you're on yourself. You're by yourself, man. Still there. Oh, he tried. He tried to had a run on the zero of code, but that is not going to end well. So he's going to have to fall back a little bit. Now we see some drivers, they're still going 2 and 3 wide in this situation. And look how good. Look how good Maggie is finally trying to go on the outside as she almost got into Alia. And, oh. Cody Smart is going to be leaving for now. We see some drivers still going around on it. Ooh.
Well, it seems like I would be taking his place.
Yeah, Cody is left over here. So we see now a little bit of a battle for second, Dale, and I think that if you had this much of a break, what do you think your strategy should be in order to move and take over second place?
I think the strategy is just wait until a opportunity presents itself. Do not force something to happen, because we know if you force something to happen, that is when wrecking starts.
And Lexi DiBenedetto is clearly trying to force something. She went 3 wide, and that is going to slow her down mightily.
But Angel, to your point, something we don't talk about very frequently, whatever that word is, it is the fact that this track, just like Indianapolis does, acts like a drafting track.
Oh yeah, it really does. And for those drivers that are looking for some drafting action, this could be a great key moment. As clearly, drafting has been the aim of the game. You see right here, these two cars, Meredith Pencheng and Katie Coate, they're going at it.
Something I would be worried about if I was the leader, getting out too far.
And that's what's going on with Samantha Contreras. She's trying to go too far
As you can
ahead.
see, the 0 and the 22 are catching, because the 22 is helping the 0, and that is going to help Coate get to the lead.
That's what she's trying. That's what she's trying to do at the moment.
It seems like they're just forming a freight train with second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, and we see it from Kyle Larson. He had to fall back a little bit.
Very good strategy call being played by Larson.
Whoa!
Oh, that is the 46
go wide.
That almost went wrong.
Yeah, that almost went wrong as he's going to go wide, and Ed Galvan is going to get past. And that will be for 5th spot.
Not what Larson wanted to see, definitely, but hey, it works for Annette, right?
Yeah, it's working. It is working for her, as now Marinette Pencheng has solely taken second, so it is a Ford 1-2.
But just keep an eye out on the leader, right currently. You can just see the cars behind the leader getting bigger. I can confirm to you, I can confirm to you that in the mirror, and the spotter over the radio is telling the driver to stop getting out this far.
they're still trying to go on that strategy. As you see, more packs are starting to form, especially behind the leaders. Now Marinette has cleared herself from Maria Key, so it seems like the top 4 are gonna try their own to go over the fuel distance. Because remember, some of these drivers that pitted under caution, they short pitted there, which means that they didn't go all the way to the end of the fuel run.
If you short pitted, hey, to be quite honest with you, short pitting here, that's a good call because you can just cheat your way into the lead, technically, because you're just using the fuel to your advantage.
Yes, and now we see the 22 catching up to Samantha Contreras by the minute.
Something I would be doing if I was Contreras, whatever her name is, what she's currently doing now. Letting the draft come to her so she can try to block.
I don't know if that's a very smart strategy, Dale. I mean, have you ever seen that happening in a sprint cup race?
Yes. Normally ends very badly. I retract my statement about aero blocking.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It normally ends up badly, but we see over here, Marinette, she's now right within the grasp of Samantha.
Hey, currently, man, Marinette is fishing, and she's fishing for Samantha.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's fishing, all right.
And the thing is, though, and the thing that's benefiting her is the help that she's getting from the 46.
Oh yes, Mariela Key has now started to push the 22, and because of that, this small 2-car tandem has happened to be really fast and close to the 34 of Samantha.
I feel like they're close enough now that the 22 doesn't have to worry about not getting the lead.
Oh yeah, if they get closer now, then it could come to them if they prefer to go for the lead in the last couple of laps, because we've seen some of the strategies that were played out by the team of Rada Sisters. Do not make your move for the lead until the last 15 or so laps.
They're playing it like it's like we're racing at a super speedway. I like it.
And technically, this track is categorized as a super speedway.
Because we can see how they're racing currently. This is how they normally would race at a track like Talladega.
But that was back in like the in pre-1988 when they didn't have any restrictor plates on it.
The good old days.
Oh yes, the good old days. As Kyle Larson starts to lose some time now he loses time to defending champion Marva Keita.
I don't know what is going on with Kyle Larson. I feel like he's fading a little bit.
Yeah, he's starting to fade a little bit, and he's starting to lose a bunch of time now, as he's now going to get passed by the 99 of Auburn Bradley.
I've been watching Auburn Bradley all race down in the pits. They have very good, very fast pit stops.
Oh yeah, and that's what has been benefiting her for quite a while.
Reminds me of the good old days of Brad Keselowski in the 2-car.
Oh yes, as we're seeing these pit stops going again, and I think if this is for the final time these pit stops are happening, if this race ends under green, this is the money stop.
The thing is, if this is the money stop, you have to have the fastest pit stop you can get.
Yes, we're seeing a couple of them. Looks like they could be going to pit stop. There it is, Marbacada, a defending champion and last week's winner of the last 2 weeks in a row, as well as Aria Eviara. They're both coming to pit road, so they're trying to take the slow approach on pit road, but they're going to be falling a lap down to the race leader.
The question is, though, when does the race leader pit?
We're going to take a look at it. We're going to see how it goes.
Because right now, if the top two were to duck in down pit road, that would honestly be beneficial to everybody else.
And we see another car digging down to pit road, the 74 of Laura James, and she's gonna dig in with the 89 of Austin Hunter.
I'm just wondering how the lap traffic is gonna look if they do end up catching up to it.
Yeah, that's gonna be rather interesting, as we see some more cars at the back starting to pit. We see the 21 of Benjamin Ortiz, 25 of Leah Sharp, 13 of Pedro Sales, Sonora Felix, Mavis Dracula, and the 78 General Man. So a lot of cars coming to pit road.
This is where the lap traffic coming off of pit road is going to start. Because with a big group like that pitting, coming off pit road, it's going to be like exiting a highway on a busy day.
Oh yes, and let's see how it goes out. As there it is, the leaders are finally coming out of pit road.
The second place car, the 22, stayed out.
Oh yeah, Marinette stayed out for an extra lap. Rick. The strategy for the 34 Samantha Contreras is to keep the car the same way that she has been all race long. 4 tires, full tank of gas, chassis setup, and a small crank on the wedge to keep the car a little bit looser. They're going to remove some tape because they worry that the car may overheat.
Oh, barely makes it off pit road in first.
Yeah, she barely did. That's now Marbacada trying to stay out over here, as we're gonna see if the 22 pitted or not. She is on pit road now. The thing about Marinette Dupan Cheng, she went for 4 tires, a chassis setup, and a wedge setup. She's also applied in for a small change to the tire pressures on the right sides. Alright, so she's looking rather cool. Let's see some drivers coming to pit road. We see the 54. Luna Coco trying to do a small move to the inside. So I think that's going to help her a little bit.
But the question is, where is the leader?
There's a leader, Marinette Dupan Cheng. Looks like she may stay out. Or no, here comes the 4 of Marbacada with a head of steam.
Pulling a Kevin Harvick.
And she's gonna take it a little bit. Thankfully, Cody's not here to give the frying pans out.
Where did she come from? No.
So now Marbacada. She is... oh, there it goes. So the brain rot lap or whatever. She is now looking to win for the 3rd week in a row, to rekindle her chances. Though I don't know about you, Dale. She's having a great summer.
She's having the dream summer.
Oh, yes, she is, and she has now led a couple of laps. Now she has to hope that the race stays under green, and we are about to reach 10 to go on this race, which has filled in a little bit of problems.
It's been a very controversial day, to say the least, here at Michigan.
Oh, yeah. And remember that she started playing the pit strategy at Charlotte, so she's now looking to play the pit game again. But Marinette, she's coming fast, and she's coming rather strong. 10 more to go.
This is going to be a very interesting battle to see here. But Angel, remember, we still have cars that just came off pit road, so that might play a lot into it.
Oh, yes, it can. And look at that. The 22 of Marinette. She is catching up. And remember, she hasn't won a race in a while.
Like the YouTuber Michael Roots says, she's in shouting distance.
Oh, yes, she is. And look at that. It's now a 2-horse race. The 74 of Laura Jane's gone from this equation.
It's just down to the two of them. But when does the 22 make her move?
I'm thinking that, judging by the looks of things, the 22 of Marinette, she might make her move on the last lap, as now Marva Keita is projected to win a 3rd race in a row, and she would overpass a big tie that we have currently in the standings, with points leader Samantha Contreras, Aubin Bradley, and herself as the leader with most wins in the series.
That's exactly right. But Angel, as you were saying that, I was watching what the 22 was doing, and it looked like that she was looking for it, but she didn't. She just kind of backed out of it.
Oh, yes. The Ford 1-2. Looking like it. And let's see if Marinette is going to try her move. She's trying to peek. Not enough, Dale.
The good thing, but if I'm the 74, I am pissed. Pardon my language, over the radio, because this is really screwing him up.
Oh, yes. It's screwing Laura James a lot. As we see, Maggie Splitzer has secured, for now, the bonus point for the fastest lap in this race. Only one car has DNF so far, and that big checkup for Marinette is not going to help her.
I think we're coming close to it being go time, but the 22 has lost a lot of ground.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was at Marva Keita's rear end, and now she's trying to sniff it once more.
If she stays right behind the 4, coming to the white flag whenever we get there, she can go for it if she wants it. And it looks like she's gonna do it now.
She may have to wait a little bit, but hang on, because could be that these two, Janes and Contreras, may be catching up. Yeah, they're starting to bite up a little bit of time in comparison to the top 2, as we are now at 5 to go.
This is going to be the best 5 laps ever.
Oh, yeah, and these two, and we've only had one caution, and here's Marinette, peeking once more, not looking like it.
Every time she does that, she loses the draft again.
And that is a big effect, as you said. She's losing the draft every time she peaks. So she's gonna have to time her pass, I would say, coming into turns 3 and 4.
Do it like Kevin Harvick did to Jamie McMurray at Talladega.
Yes. Oh, yeah, she's going to have to do that. Once again, trying to set up the 4 up wide. No! Mars shuts the door.
The force says, you want to pass me? You got to do it the right way.
3 to go. 3 more. And it seems like it has been secured for these two to have the win in their backs. But Samantha is now lurking in 3rd place. She's almost 2 seconds behind the leader. But now she's also trying to separate herself. But right now, Marva Keita, all she wants to do is stay.
Oh, she's right. The 22 is right there.
Oh, yeah, she's looking. She's peeking. She is peeking once more. 2 more.
After everything the fans have been through, they are on their feet.
Oh, yes, they're on their feet. And this could be it. This could be it if Marinette attempts to pass. She'll probably have one shot on the front straightaway to take it. And here they come. Marinette trying to put to the inside again. No, she's going to fall back in line.
Didn't work that time. Got to stay on the bumper of the 4 of the 34 of the 34. I mean 4.
Wells Fargo white flag is in the air. One more time around Michigan.
One more attempt coming up.
And this is it. Marinette needs to time it in turns 3 and 4 if she wants to take the win. Samantha is approaching.
It's over for Samantha.
And there she is. There's Marinette. No, the 4 manages to stay on her ground. And coming out of 4, the checkered and the pride flags are up in the air as Marva Keita, 3 in a row at Michigan.
What a finish.
Woo! That's how we do it. 3 more, guys. Suck it, Cody. Hell yeah.
The fans jumping up and down.
And after a very difficult race, I'll tell you.
And welcome back to the booth, Cody.
After such a difficult race, Marva Keita excels. And she takes the win here in this Pride Month race.
Oh, because of that, now I have to do this. I can show you a win hog, and her name is Marva Keita.
Oh,
She
my
asked
God.
for it.
Wow.
Like literally, a few days ago, she literally asked for it.
Oh,
To the
my
person
God.
who is trying to use the frying pans.
You cut that out.
Oh, whoops, wrong one.
Well, you already used that one, Cody. Oh, my God.
And yeah, looks like I am gonna have a meeting with the old four to talk about performance issues.
But thankfully, she
Because
did get the
clearly
fastest lap.
Yeah, but clearly she underperformed. So because of that, attack principal's office.
All right. So we're going to take a look here. Marva Keita. What a win for that team. As she takes it out. Marinette pinching with a very strong run in second, Dale. I'll tell you that. Samantha Contreras in 3rd. Maria Lackey in 4th. Laura James is in the top 5. And then Benjamin Ortiz, Annette Galvin, Lucille, Katie Code, and Alvin Bradley rounds out the top 10, folks. What a good way to have 2 of your cars in the top 10 if you are D2 Racing. As we take a look at the rest of our results, Diego Rubio, Aria Eviara, Kyle Larson, Diego Alcaraz, Shane Van Gisbergen, Alexis Lynn Blake, Lexi DiBenedetto, Damian Rubio, Ali Cesar, and Leslie Jacoby round out the top 20. Then Leah Sharp, Regan Smith, Mavis Dracula, Ruby Asensio, Dipper Pines, Dana Roman, Zoe Lee, Luna Coco, Chloe Bourgeois, Sabrina Rankin-Prix, Maggie Spletzer with the fastest lap of the race, Sonora Felix, Jonathan Logren, Ivan Molina, Wendy Corduroy, Austin Hunter, Lincoln Loud, Jasmine Prime, Eric Plush will be Luna Farmer, Pedro Sales, and then the only DNF of this race, Casey Kane. So before we head up and wrap things up, let's go over to Rick Erickson. Quite a day for you, Marinette. You ended up finishing second. Do you think you had something up for that 4 car? Well, I don't know. I just think that 4 car is really strong. I mean, a pretty exciting day, I'll tell you. I'm just happy that the fans are okay after that situation we had earlier in the race. So, looking really good so far. And I don't know. We're gonna go to Pocono and see what we can do with this car because the setup has been really great. Alright, so quite a good day for Marinette Dupain-Cheng, finishing second, but coming up short of the victory. Margot. You had quite the day right there, Benjamin Artis. You finished in 6th after starting near the middle of the pack. What happened that gave you the victory for 6th place? Oh, I just worked it out the way I wanted to. This is why I just love these ICR cars. A track like this, you can do what you want with the car. You have the sense of speed, and it's just quite a good day for us. Just happy to give this the result, and of course I'm gonna be congratulating Marinette for that 2nd place finish. But that was just incredible. Alright, so a pretty good day right here for Benjamin Artis. Let's go to Anthony Davidson, who's currently sitting with 7th place finisher Ned Galban. Ned Galban with a crazy day for you. You finished 7th after contending most of the race in the top 5. What do you guys think? And what does that mean moving forward? Well, it mostly means to continue the good work that we've been showing. You know, Laura Dolphin and Brandit and Pontiac, as well as Casalao, they're putting pretty good engines so far for us, and they're gonna try to experiment with a much more aggressive engine package at Pocono, and we'll just see what that gets up. Maybe it gets another top 10, maybe a top 5. Do you think that today would have been a great day if you would have gotten the win? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know, just haven't won a race in a while, so we're just gonna hope and see what happens. Alright, so Ned Galban with a satisfactory 7th place finish in the number 7 car. Alright, so as that moves forward, we're gonna take a look at our schedule for next week. Next week, we head up to the Pocono Mountains, the Pennsylvania 200 for the ARCA series here on AGDN. On June 12th at 5:30 Eastern. Then, on Saturday, the Pocono 250 for the AT&T Grand National Series live on AGDN at 1:30. And at 1:30 on Sunday, the Michael Mroots 400 for the NASCAR Cricket Cup Series. We hope, and some drivers hope, that Marva Keita doesn't win that race. So, for Dale Bush, Sebastian Galloway, Sean Hard, and Cody Smarts, for the people that were reporting on pit road, Margot Grew, Anthony Davidson, and Rick Erickson, I'm Angel, and we're going to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week at Long Pond, Pennsylvania.